Paul's a firefighter.
He thinks he's Mr. Fireman's stud.
And Stephanie thinks he's full of hot air.
He does need to make an effort, or else I'm gonna go somewhere and get it.
But he made the effort for his blind date.
It actually led to some very sweet kissing.
Meanwhile, this cruel dude took Stephanie to the zoo.
She thought the girls were cute. I think they reminded her of Paul.
After they get into some hot water.
He suggested we go in a hot tub.
Will he still be taming her flame?
He didn't have a swimsuit with him.
Or will they have a change of heart?
I'm Chris Jagger. Welcome to Change of Heart. Now, relatives of today's couple attend church together, and they thought, hey, these guys would make a heavenly match. A year later, through divine intervention, they did finally go out on a blind date. Now, 6 months after that, they're having a devil of a time together, and today they're here and hopefully going to make everything blissful again. Please welcome Paul Bergen and Stephanie Walker. Welcome to the show. Stephanie, let me start with you. What do you find so heavenly about Paul?
Well, he's very affectionate, and he likes to cuddle all the time, and I love the way he kisses, and I like kissing him, so.
Those are all nice things, yeah. Absolutely. And Paul, what about the blind date when you guys first started that, really blew you away?
Well, Stephanie came to the door, and she's incredible. I mean, look at her. She dresses great. She's absolutely outstanding. She has a good time.
Now, Stephanie, he says that you guys have a good time together. You're daring and like to do things. What about Paul, though, that maybe is not too much fun?
Oh, he's an egotistical jerk. Let me
tell
you.
What?
Yes.
What the heck are you talking about?
No,
yeah,
yes.
explain that.
He thinks he's the best
She
at
keeps saying
everything.
this, but...
He graduated from Fire Academy. He thinks he's Mr. Fireman's stud.
Oh. You know, what are you talking about?
No.
What are you talking about?
Yes, you do.
Like what? Give me an example.
You always say, oh, I'm the best at this. I'm Mr. I got the body. I'm the best
there's
athlete.
a difference between trying to be the best and being the best.
Nope.
There's a difference.
No.
All right, now,
See,
Paul,
that's what I'm talking about.
Now, Paul, if you're an egotistical jerk, what is she?
She's a complete airhead. Like, first time she's at my family, playing a family game, right? First time she's at my parents. She didn't know who Paul Revere was or linoleum. She passed upon the game.
Oh, my gosh.
Paul Revere and linoleum.
I don't remember that.
Like, what's going on? Like, I was like, oh.
I don't remember
talk about it in front of my parents. I'm like,
right.
oh, yeah, mom.
no.
You're
Yeah,
like,
she's pretty and all, but, I don't know.
All right, so Paul, obviously you think she's a little ditzy or lacking, some of the brains department there. What about self-esteem, though? What about that?
You know what? She's always talking about, like, how guys are trying to pick up on her. Mm-hmm. She's always trying to talk about, like, how, like, a cop pulled you over not to give you a ticket, but to check you out.
Oh, my gosh.
Cop, she pulled her over and goes, well, she didn't want to give me a ticket, but hey, let me check you out real quick. And by the way, some guys are driving by hooting and hollering at her.
I guess that worked to her advantage with the cop, though. Stephanie, now tell me about Paul when it comes time to sharing his feelings with you. What's he like?
Oh, he sucks. He's like talking to a brick wall. He never lets us know, like, never lets me know where I stand in this relationship. Nothing. You don't, like, care. And if I want to talk serious, you just totally...
Get out of here. Oh, no. I tell her what's going on all the time.
No, never.
And she's like, oh,
never.
I don't know.
So, Paul, what are you saying? She doesn't listen? She doesn't hear? She's not connecting?
No, at all. She doesn't understand if I'm talking to her. She doesn't understand. Like, I'll talk to her 5 days. We have a date this Friday. We have a date this Friday. We have a date Friday. Oh, I think I'll go out with my girlfriends this Friday. What are you talking about?
Totally blowing you off.
45 minutes away from me.
Oh,
why don't you come
so you're gonna
see
break
me?
the date?
Why don't you come see me?
All right, Paul, wait, here's your chance to open up right now. What is she like when when you're trying to plan a date?
Dude, she's a total bore. Like, I go up to her place, to her family. Granted, I do appreciate her coming down because she does come down a lot. But I go up there and I'm like, hey, let's go out, let's have a
What are you talking about?
All she does is what she wants to spend time with her family watching scary movies and wrestling with her mom and sister.
No. When I go to
this is a Saturday night.
When I go to his house.
Wait, explain that. What do you do? A lot of wrestling with mom and sister?
No.
Oh, that's
my mom. No.
Saturday night. Let's go out. Let's go out and have a nice dinner. Okay, but let's get some scary movies. I hate scary movies too.
Like the WWF family.
He's a wimp. Anyway, we watch TV with his family.
I go pee my pants for $5 somewhere else.
Stephanie, tell us why you wanted to come on the show today.
Well, a relationship is a two-way street. He makes no effort whatsoever. And I think by going on this, he needs to realize that he does need to make an effort, or else I'm going to go somewhere and get it.
Yeah. All right, I'll shake it up a little bit. All right, now when we come back, why did Stephanie have a hard time keeping her clothes on during her date? Find out. We'll be right back. We're here with Paul and Stephanie. Now, Stephanie describes Paul as a real jerk who's an icicle when it comes to sharing his feelings. So we've hooked her up with a hot-looking skateboarder who's only cold when he's breezing down the sidewalks. Please welcome Tony Romo. Hey, Scott, there you go. How you doing, Tony? All right, have a seat. And Tony, I understand that Stephanie came to pick you up on the date. That's right?
Yeah, she
And what'd
did.
you think when you saw her?
Oh, I was out front waiting for her to come. She looked beautiful like she does now. She was fine. Nice legs, great body. She was fine, Chris.
And Stephanie, what about you? Was Tony what you were hoping for?
Oh yeah, I love the surfer look. He had a really nice smile. He looked really good. I was very.
You like that skater dude? Yeah, Paul, you're rolling your eyes over here. You all right?
Yeah. Well, you can tell he's got a sense of humor by the way he dresses, but
Sorry. Look at you.
Hey,
All right, well,
it's
no, Stephanie, he pointed out his style. How would you compare the two guys?
Oh, he has a much better style. I like the laid back
Sorry.
look, the surfer skater style.
I look classy and nice, you know.
No. You dress like a dork.
You're one of the few girls that actually thinks that, so I'll keep it my style.
Yeah.
Well, let me go to Tony on this one, because, Tony, we heard Paul saying that Stephanie's boring. What about the ideas for the date? Did she come up with any?
Oh, I think Paul's the one who's boring in the relationship.
If she's come up with an idea, it's a first, so.
She asked me to go skateboarding. I was taking her frisbee golfing, but she said, no, Tony, let's go skateboarding. I'm all right, that's cool. And she was down for anything.
Okay. Now, this was different for you, Stephanie, right? You've never done skateboarding before,
No,
have you?
no.
Was Tony helpful for you?
Oh, he was very helpful. He was like holding my
Sure he
hand and
was.
pulling me along, and we were having a
Arms
really
down.
good time. And then I fell off the skateboard and sprained my ankle. So that was it. Yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah.
That's about right. Her just kind of like.
Oh, it's okay.
Going beyond her means.
Yeah, but Tony, here you're trying to do something fun. She gets hurt right away or sort of early on in the day. Did that ruin everything?
It didn't ruin a thing. She didn't even act like she was hurt. She got right back up and walked it off. Her ankle was swollen. I can tell she was holding back a little tears. She got right back on skateboard and we went on our
And she
way.
kept going.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice.
She's a
Good.
tough girl. I mean,
is.
hands down, she's a tough girl. All the way around, she's daring and stuff like that.
Now, Stephanie, obviously Tony liked your spirit. What is it that you liked about him, though?
Oh, he doesn't have a huge ego like him. He's very laid back and mellow, and
What would
and
there
he's
be an
very
ego
down to
about?
earth.
Jeez.
All right, so
I'm glad
there's
you
a
think
different,
so.
just different types of styles of
Yeah,
guys here
yeah.
all the way around.
Yeah.
Now, Tony, after you guys finished up some skateboarding, you guys went off to the zoo, I understand. Is that right? All right, and how were you feeling there? Was it still feeling pretty
yeah,
good?
we had a good connection. We had the same kind of sense of humor. At one time we went and we're at the gorilla cage. She thought the girls were cute. I think they reminded her of Paul, the basketball. But there was
On the
this
block, right?
There was this
So
little
much strong,
there's
manly,
this
right?
hairy,
Is that
like
right?
a little monkey.
Is that right?
Then this little monkey started picking her butt and Stephanie was laughing. Yeah, pick your butt, little gorilla.
It's amazing the things people would cheer about at the zoo.
Yeah.
Now, Tony, any indication, though, that Stephanie was kind of into you physically as you guys were hanging out?
Well, one time she was walking behind me when we were holding hands. She was looking at my butt. She's like, you got a pretty nice butt. I'm like, what? I got a butt? I didn't even know I had one.
All right, especially in big baggy jeans.
Yeah.
Now, Stephanie, what about overall? Who has the better body, you, Tony or Paul?
I think Paul does.
It's that ape, you know?
No.
Well, Paul's a little more built.
Yeah, he has an awesome body. He's built.
Okay, well, Paul gets some points. Now, obviously, you were checking out Tony's body. Did he get a chance to check out yours?
Actually, he did. Before we went to dinner, I had
Yeah.
to change, and I just stripped down in his van. No problem.
She doesn't care about that kind of stuff. I mean, she's cool in that sense, but at the same time, she'll do it in public. You're like, what are you doing? So constantly, I have to watch out what she's doing.
You know what? I'm
like,
very
whoa,
secure
you know,
with
like,
myself. Very
oh,
secure.
I mean, you know, you should be. You're a pretty girl, but at the same time, it's like, what kind of impression are you giving other people when you're just stripping
And Paul,
down?
particularly since she
having
was
a good
doing it in Tony's van, how's that make you feel?
It makes me wonder about our relationship at all. I mean, like,
Well-
she's stripping down right there in the van. I mean, what kind of respect does she have for me?
I don't think
Not
there's a
really.
big deal with a bra and underwear. It doesn't matter.
So, Tony, what about the two of you when you're hanging out?
Because
Did you find that
he's
Stephanie talked too much, or how was she in the
You
conversation?
know what? She did talk a lot about herself.
Yeah?
But I wish she would have asked me a few questions about myself so she could hang on me.
Now, Stephanie, what about at dinner? What did Tony do to show you that he might be like a really romantic guy?
Well, we were talking a lot, and he said how he thinks I'm sexy, and he pulled my chair next to his, and he gave me a nice, good, long kiss.
You pulled the chair over, you kissed her. Did she do anything to reciprocate, show you her sexy side?
Well, she grabbed my hand and put my finger in her mouth and started licking my
So, Stephanie, the heat's obviously rising here. I want to know, did it get to the boiling point?
Oh, yes, it did. After dinner, Tony suggested we go in a hot tub, and we talked a lot. And
What else did you do in a
we were
hot tub?
Kissing and stuff like that. And I really got to know him.
Yeah, I'll bet you did.
And that's why we come on that date. This is what I want to know right here.
I tell you, there's nothing like getting to know somebody in a hot tub, Paul.
guess not.
And what do you think they were wearing while they were hanging out there?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were skinny dipping.
Skinny dipping. Well, Stephanie, were you
That's
skinny
Stephanie
dipping?
for you.
Kind of, sort of.
What do you mean, kind of, sort of?
I didn't have a bathing suit, so I just suggested I go in my bra and underwear. It's the same exact thing.
It's all about that respect we're talking about before.
Yeah, but she wasn't totally naked.
Yeah.
No, but at the same time, you think on a first date, you would not go in with just your bra and underwear.
We
You guys-
Well,
connected
I
real
have
well.
I have a G-string
I'm
bathing
sure you
suit
did.
anyway, so why does it matter?
Yeah, exactly. And Stephanie, how hot did it get in that hot tub while you guys were in there?
It got really hot, very hot.
Tony's over there like, you're really steamy.
Yeah, he had his he didn't have a swimsuit with him, so he just went in his boxers, and
I can't
it
believe
was
you.
it was nice.
I can't believe you in the bra and underwear. You went in his boxers.
So,
once
Why,
it got
why were
wet,
you in
you
your
could see
boxers? You
through
didn't
it.
have shorts? It's your house, dude.
No, it
He's not
wasn't
banging
his
a
house.
Hotel.
Oh, it was a hotel.
Would that be the no-tell motel?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
Holiday.
I thought.
Stephanie, I'm afraid to ask for the details. So why don't you just compare this blind date with Tony compared to your first blind date with Paul?
Oh, Tony's was 100% better. I had an awesome time with him. It was great. He kept me busy.
All right, I'm sure he did. Next, we're going to find out how a trick with strawberries led to a treat for Paul. Stay tuned. Just heard what happened on Stephanie's date with Tony. Now let's meet Paul's date. Now, Paul says Stephanie isn't the sharpest tool in the shed and is as exciting as watching paint dry. So we matched him up. We matched him up with the reigning Miss Los Angeles, who's sharp as a tack and always ready to paint the town. Please welcome Vanessa Menendez. Hi, Vanessa. Welcome. You know Paul? There we go. All right, have a seat. And Paul, let me start with the phone call difference. Your first phone call with Vanessa, how's that different than a typical phone call with Stephanie?
Typical phone call with Steph lasts about 5 minutes.
You don't like talking on the phone, so it
With
doesn't
Vanessa,
matter.
it lasted an hour and a half. We talked everything from politics, religion,
I don't like
anything.
talking on the phone. I
It
don't
went
like
really
talking
well.
on the phone.
It's just completely different.
I don't like talking on the phone.
So there you
do
were,
I, but
90
I
minutes on
didn't-
the
you know,
phone?
Funny thing, I don't either, but with her, it just came natural.
Oh, right on.
All right, now, Paul, describe your first encounter with Miss Los Angeles here.
Actually, I walked in, her friend opened the door, and she came out, and she just looked incredible. I mean, just curvaceous, very, very beautiful. Just
I'm surprised
incredible.
you're complimenting her right now.
Why?
I never
She's
hear
beautiful. Dude, I always give it to you.
Yeah, right.
Now, Vanessa, what about your friend, though? Did your friend give you, like, a heads up on how Paul looked?
Well, yeah, I kind of made her. I was hiding in the bathroom, and she was like, "Oh my God, he's so cute!" So I came out, and he was really cute. He's a lot different than most of the guys I've dated. The last boyfriend I had was 5'9" and like 135 pounds, so it's just a lot different.
Paul, what about Vanessa? Was there anything about her, though, that reminded you of Stephanie?
Do you know what? She's kind of a sore loser. Like, we played laser tag, and I pretty much just ran her all over the court. And
You
then she
wasted her.
Oh, yeah. She kind of got mad, so she's like, let's play this game. I'm like, all right. So I had to open up another can of whoop ass, and
Yeah, exactly. See? You're the best at everything, right?
I tried to be.
Oh.
Now, Vanessa, what about after laser tag? Did you guys get a chance to bond a little bit?
Oh yeah, we went and test drove cars, but in order to
my
let us
God.
test drive them, we had to sort of. It was really fun. We had to
drive
act like a
cars.
married couple. So he was holding me and kept calling me
Oh, that's nice.
So you guys were like fantasy role playing there. So, Paul, after the excitement of test driving automobiles, I understand there was dinner after that, right?
Very.
All right, so she had to change and get ready for dinner?
You know, she came out and she looked stunning. Absolutely incredible. You know, on one hand, like Stephanie's, and she comes out and she looks hot. But do you know what? Vanessa's got class. She comes out and she just radiates class. Very, very, very classy.
It's all right. I'm very sorry.
Now, Paul, physically, who would you say you prefer? Is it Stephanie or Miss LA?
You know, they got incredible bodies. And she's more to my type because she's dark hair. I'm more of a dark-haired man. But, you know, she's hot. I mean,
Blonde hairs have more
Stephanie,
fun.
Well, that's what you think.
Blonde hairs have
Maybe
more
not.
fun.
You know, after this
No, I
date,
think
you
so.
But you know, she's got a tighter body and it's more athletic. And I like that. At the same time, I do like
I work hard.
Vanessa.
Now, Stephanie, let me ask you, what should Vanessa expect with a big dinner with Paul?
A 29-cent cheeseburger from Hamburgers, no fries, and a small drink.
And that's it?
That's about what you deserve sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So, Vanessa, did you get a high-priced meal or did you get stuck with a Happy Meal?
As a matter of fact, he took me into Beverly Hills, and we went to this really nice
How come
restaurant.
you never
It was
take
so
me there?
classy.
You know why? It's because
You took the nicest place you took me
I
there
would feel
is
embarrassed.
Denny's.
I don't know what's going on.
Nicest place is Denny's.
She would not know how to act in a nice place.
Oh,
You know
what
what?
are you talking
I would have to be
about?
like, okay,
You've
is she
never
gonna do something
tried.
embarrass
You've
me right
never
now?
tried.
I
Do
don't
you ever
know.
take
You've
him
never
out to dinner,
tried.
though? Have you ever tried taking him out to dinner?
No.
Yeah, because we're wrestling with her mom and sister.
Oh, yeah, we're watching TV with your mom.
All right, let me go back to the restaurant for a second here. Vanessa, you're in a nice restaurant in Beverly Hills. Any flirting going on?
Yeah, he held my hand and he kissed it. It was really sweet. And he kept giving me compliment after compliment. And it made me feel really good, but it kind of got overboard.
surprise.
So
What do you mean, it was too much?
She deserved it, though.
You know, oh, thank you. No,
That's
he was really
surprising
sweet.
to me. That's really surprising to me.
Well, I'm a man of surprises, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now, Paul, what about any drawbacks on your date with Vanessa from your standpoint?
You know what? The only thing I can see possibly is that she's a very motivated woman. She's even started her own nonprofit organization dealing with learning disabilities. She's got work all the time. She's very motivated, and I was just wondering if she would have time in her personal life for somebody like me.
Or anybody, right, in a relationship
Well,
with
I
somebody
make
that
time
busy.
if I think they're worth it.
No, I'm sorry. You live too far away for him. Because I live 45
Now,
minutes away.
Vanessa, Paul says that Stephanie's boring when it comes to like the date, never has any ideas or anything. What about you? Did you offer up anything?
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, afterwards, I sing at this jazz club, and I wanted to see if he wanted to go, so we went. And I wanted to just kind of show off a little bit.
Wow, and Paul, did you get a chance to see her
You
sing?
guys would make a cute couple.
The most incredible
Showing off.
voice
Pretty amazing.
I've ever heard in my life. One time when she was singing, she kind of looked over at me, kind of gave me this little wink and smile, and my heart was on the table, just melted. I mean,
Very nice. And Vanessa, obviously you surprised him. Did he do anything to surprise you in return?
Yes, after the date, we went back to the place I was staying at, and he had this surprise dessert for me. Well, there were some rules that you had to go by for the dessert, so it was interesting.
It's all right. He's done that to me before.
Wait, Stephanie, you're saying...
This is like a month after where we started dating.
No.
All right, Paul, I understand. Here you go. You brought some dessert with us, so we would like to see what these rules are all about. If you would just take that and...
Well, the first rule is that you have to feed it to each other. You can't just feed it to yourself. And the second rule, which
I know
we
these
can't do right
rules.
now, you can't.
I
You,
know
have,
these
you should be
rules.
laying down. But for the show, we're gonna just do it sitting here real quick.
Okay.
I know these rules.
So Stephanie's
I
like,
know
been there,
this.
done
I've
that?
Been here, done that. Exactly.
All right, well, here it goes. Nice
the
dip
big
into the whipped
strawberry.
cream.
Sweet.
Here we go. Very nice, Vanessa. And Paul, with this dessert that you were doing on the date, did it lead to some sort of erotic adventure?
You know what? It actually led to some very sweet kissing.
I would imagine so after something like that. Well, we're a hot tub and strawberries, the last straw in Paul and Stephanie's relationship. We're going to find out when we return, so don't go anywhere. Here we are with Paul and Stephanie. Now, they've been together for 6 months. Stephanie feels Paul was not holding up his end of the deal. Have they realized how to make the relationship a two-way street, or have they reached a dead end? Stephanie, we're going to start with you. Now, you claim that Paul can be a jerk sometimes, obviously, so we sent you out with Tony. He's like the surfer boy, skater dude kind of guy that you like. You guys had a wild time. You ended up in the hot tub in your underwear. What do you say?
I had a really good time with Tony. We had fun skateboarding, and I really had a good time. It was the best date I've ever been on. Paul came over here and, played the jealous thing, and it worked. So I'm gonna
So you say stay together. Okay, Tony, sorry things didn't work out for you. Paul, she's saying the date made you jealous. She wants to stay with you. Now let's get your decision. You went out with Vanessa. She's the reigning Miss Los Angeles. You found her motivated and exciting. You guys shared that tasty dessert with all your little rules that went along with it. What do you say?
You know what? Going out with Vanessa just kind of helped me realize the qualities that I like. And Stephanie's got a lot of those qualities, but Vanessa's got more. I had to choose a heart.
Change of heart. All right, Vanessa, does that work for you?
That works really just fine.
You're okay with that? Well, Paul and Stephanie, you guys, your family tried to set you up initially, and maybe that's not always the best start or best the way things are going to end up. And Paul, you got a new relationship. Stephanie, I'm sure you're going to be just fine. There's somebody out there for your lovely personality.
Oh, yes.
That is our show for today. Thanks to Stephanie and Tony. Good luck to Paul and Vanessa, and we'll see you next time on Change of Heart.